I have a question. Last time when I spoke to you, you told me about the origin of my suffering and the identification I have with myself and my story. And I have been practicing meditation for 4 years now, and I still struggle with this. I'm still thinking I am this person and I have this story. So I don't know what to do. Just to wake myself up and just realize that I am not this person.
Yeah. It's not something that you can do through your own efforts, because the you is something moving in time. So it's kind of like an endless question that goes round and round, like a Zen koan. What can I do? The only reason that what can I do is good in the human language is for practical reasons. Like, we began to think and be able to communicate and to develop language in order to be able to make our environments more comfortable. And so we began to be able to say, how can I make this environment better? What can I do? But then we apply that to ourselves, and we think that we are somebody inside this body having an experience, and then we think, what can I do to wake myself up? But what can I do only works in practical terms. It was only ever meant for practicality. It was the assumption that the language actually indicated that there was somebody in you, inside the body, that created the problem in the first place. So it's like you can't undo it by your own volition. That's terrible news for you, because you've been told your whole life that you are in control of your life, that you've got to take charge of your life, and you've got to make your happiness and do things. So you imagine yourself to be something solid, namely the body, your actions, your behaviors, your habits. You imagine that you're moving through time and that you're going to get to a destination in the future. And every time you have an experience at the moment, you will register it as good or bad, and whether you want it or you don't, and then you'll imagine this better ideal place in the future. And that is the dilemma of the person, because it's that very functioning which is the suffering. So I don't really talk about what to do or what you could do, because that very dynamic is what's creating the problem. And to say, what could I do to undo it, it's kind of, if I gave you hope that you could do something, it's like I'm saying you do exist, and I'm ticking and validating your illusion, and there is somebody inside the body that could get somewhere. But that's not a very nice thing to hear, because the separate self is used to hope, and it likes messages of hope, and it likes to fight against the villain. So it likes this idea that I've got this ego inside me, or this separate self inside me, and I've got to fight against it and overcome it. So it likes these stories, but these are stories. They don't actually imply a you or a world.
Yeah.
But then,
well, this makes sense, yeah.
But then the person's still left there going, what to do? And that is happening in freedom. That is also freedom. It's happening in this, as this. But the person thinks that that implies there's a future that could be better. But there's no future that could be better. There's change happening as stillness.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. And thank you so much, Lisa, for your answer.
Nice to talk to you.
Thank you, you too. Bye.